much. I'm going to be back here on Friday to deliver recall papers for Senator Jim Hultgren. I want to get one thing straight here. There are only three things I pledge allegiance to. That is God, my Father, my family and my friends, and this great country. Has anyone seen those little Susie Verizon lemonade commercials? The ones where the dream of capitalism and free enterprise are sparked in a young girl's mind? And because of the liberty and freedom America offers little Susie, her dreams prosper and she becomes a huge success, offering jobs, opportunities, and a piece of that thing called the American dream. Little Susie's very successful venture is commonly called a corporation here in America. And this fundamental cornerstone of America is what these protesters, their unions, and other people who do not understand how America became exceptional work to destroy. Let me put it this way. While Washington bickers, procrastinates, and delays facing the fact that our generation has bankrupted this nation, other countries are thriving. Industrial revolutions similar to that of the 1800s are popping up all over the world, and guess what? In the infancy of their newly found prosperity, they have not established a thing called red tape or regulations. And while I don't have a degree in economics, I can tell you this. Without all those evil corporations offering jobs, products, commerce, taxes to the American economy, this thing called the American dream will find itself up the creek without a paddle. With the level of incompetency at the federal level and the insurmountable amount of debt we have accumulated, our only hope is the sovereignty of the individual states spelled out in the 10th Amendment. A fact recognized by the Wisconsin voter when in November a new governor was elected, believed to be able to steer this shipwreck of a state back afloat. After the disastrous reign of Jim Doyle, there was hope on the horizon. But when asked to assist, asked to contribute, asked to understand, public sector workers driven by misinformation and lies cried mutiny aboard the ship called Wisconsin and have created as much chaos, as much tyranny as could be mustered. The result is a harsh division in this state between friends, between families, and in communities. A division that threatens to reckon us helpless and hopeless when we're facing the real perils of our times. Broke is a word that seems to be on some people's understanding. Well, let me share what April looks like to you up north in Wisconsin. After a very dismal 2010 season, high percentages of businesses have either gone under or are barely hanging on. I have friends that have a construction business that had 13 employees and now they have none. A local concrete business has 2 weeks worth of work and a paving company has 4 weeks, that's it. Lumber yards are starving, banks are becoming real estate companies as foreclosure after foreclosure continue to come in. Loggers, restaurants, resorts are all facing the real possibility that this could be their last season. And though some people question the reality of being broke, let me assure you that when these businesses go under, the taxes are not generated or paid, salaries for public sector jobs cannot be met, and facing being broke will perhaps be a lot clearer to them. Unfortunately, the recent elections were used as a partisan game where the integrity of the job of state Supreme Court position was shanghaied and voters cast their ballots in allegiance to their unions and not in respect of the separation of powers. A dangerous path that this state finds it's on right now, one where cowards are called heroes. Disobedience is concurred by the very people we pay to defend our laws and our lives. I look back at all the blessings that I've been granted living in America, where the future was bright and all things were possible. America is changing. It is not simply by chance, it is by design. There are those who have a far different vision of the future than perhaps you and me, and they are hard at work here in this state of Wisconsin. So get on board. All hands are needed on deck. God is not done with America, Wisconsin. He needs us to stand up and fight. And like I do every day, I thank God for the gift of being born an American.